Lismore prepared for the worst, but few expected it to be as devastating as this.
The house that we live in is half underwater. All the caravans that were left there, which about 9 of them, are all underwater.
We've lost everything.
The tail of the cyclone dumping so much rain, the water flooded homes, appliances and treasured belongings. Cars, even residents, left stranded.
I didn't think it'd come this high.
Lismore is 37 kilometres southwest of Byron Bay, the Wilsons River running through the town's heart. The SES describing the floodwaters as catastrophic.
Nothing like this probably in the last 40 years or very close to that.
One man had to be rescued from the raging torrent in the town's centre. There were more than 140 calls overnight from people stuck in the floods, but rescue efforts were severely hampered by adverse conditions. Evacuations began late yesterday. There was an anxious wait as the town's levee was on the brink of overflowing for the first time in 12 years. Even before the levee broke, the Bowsers were barely visible.
Caltex is underwater.
Businesses did what they could, but the town centre was already going under. In daylight, the deluge was distressing. The CBD turned into a dangerous river of debris.
At the moment, we're not sure what we're doing. We're just in limbo at the moment. We've at least got our cars.
And this shows just how quickly the town became submerged. Look closely at the sign pole on my left. That was 6 o'clock this morning. By midday, it was almost underwater. Now, you can literally float past it. Nearby, Minion Waterfall showing the full force of recent downpours. But the people of Lismore are resilient. Neighbours coming together for a cold one.
Drink beer. That's about all we can do, mate.
Or toasting the town as they wait it out.
Cheers!
In Lismore, Tim Davies, 9 News.
And we have reporters in key locations covering the flood emergency. Tim Davies and Gabrielle Boyle are in Lismore tonight, while Tom Stuyvesant is in Chindera in the Tweed Shire. First, I want to go to Tim. Tim, what is the situation in Lismore as we join you this evening?
Pete, good evening to you. What a difference 24 hours makes. All that heavy driving rain has now gone and the sun is tonight shining upon Lismore. The Wilsons River did peak late this afternoon at around the 11.6 metre mark and it is now starting to recede ever so slightly. But given the amount of water that is here in Lismore tonight, it would seem that it is going to take some time before all this water is cleared away. And for those that decided to remain in the centre of Lismore, it is likely they will be isolated, Pete, for at least a number of days.
Tim, thank you. Let's go to Gabrielle Boyle. Gabby, it's still early days, but what's the extent of the damage in Lismore?
Absolutely, Pete. Well, the homes that you can see behind me tonight are pretty typical of what we're seeing right throughout Lismore. We're about 5 or 6 blocks from where the river should usually be, and home after home is either submerged or semi-submerged. Businesses in there as well, and we're told it's not over yet. In fact, in the last half hour or so, the water here has risen further. We've seen 332 flood rescues in the last 36 hours, and certainly emergency crews are preparing for more work tonight.
OK, Gabby, thank you for that. Further north, floodwaters are at their highest level in more than 60 years. Thousands of residents along the Tweed River have had to move to higher ground and salvage what they can from their homes.
Floodwaters stretching as far as the eye can see. The Tweed River has burst its banks, inundating towns and leaving communities completely cut off. In Chindera, south of Tweed Heads, cars, well, they were rendered useless. Kayaks and boats, the only way to get around. Residents waded through thigh-high water to get themselves and their loved ones to drier ground, moving what they could, knowing that the worst was still to come.
We've got to go, mate.
Most have gone through this before, but say this one is different.
And it's come up very quick. We thought it'd go down quicker than this.
We've not seen it this high before.
There's more water coming down the Tweed than what there was in 1974.
And he was right. Flood levels reached 2.3 metres at lunchtime, breaking the 1974 record. And it was all because of this. A downpour of biblical proportions. Vicky King's home, just one of dozens here that was inundated. What's that feeling like when you start seeing the water flow through your own home?
It's sad. It's terrible.
Left with little to do other than wait it out.
You choose to live in paradise, you know it floods, so...
John Buxton has lost his livelihood. His fruit and veg shop in the heart of Chindera, all but gone.
When you see all my flowers all gone, all the seedlings all gone.
Thousands of people have now been evacuated from this region, and I guess it's not surprising given the severity of the downpour here. A staggering 800 millimetres of rain was recorded in much of this region, and we're told that there could yet be more to come. Further upstream in Murwillumbah, waters peaked before sunrise, reaching 6.2 metres and breaking a flood record set way back in 1954. The water raged past houses, lapping second-storey balconies and sweeping furniture and belongings out of homes. This fridge floated downstream, right past a Hills hoist, doing more to soak clothes than to dry them. But in the face of devastation, many found the lighter side of things, evacuating their most prized possessions.
Got the essentials, the beer.
And at the same time, trying to avoid the casualties.
I would not go in the water again after seeing that.
Fury, though, from rescuers after a group of thrill seekers risked their lives surfing and jet skiing in raging floodwaters at the Murwillumbah Weir.
I've seen some almost disgusting footage today, thinking it's good fun in floodwater. It's not. You can die.
And we're going to go straight to Tom Steinfort now. Tom, you have breaking news.
Yeah, and it's somewhat of a tragic development, Pete. Literally in the last minute, police have just confirmed to us that a body has been found at South Murwillumbah. This is someone that they say has drowned in floodwaters there. That is the first confirmed death from this disaster, a tragic development, as I say. And this follows on from another rescue that took place. The Westpac helicopter a little earlier on also had to be called in nearby to winch 4 people to safety from the roof of a bus. That was a family of 4 there too. So look, the danger is still very real in these parts. We do have a little bit of good news though for the first time in 24 hours. If you have a look around here, the water is starting to recede. This was all underwater, this area here, a short time ago, but now we've got people able to come down here and have a bit of a look at the scene. But all of these people, they're stranded. This area, Chindera, Kingscliff, completely cut off from the outside world. And this above us, it's the M1 motorway, the main road from Sydney to Brisbane. That is closed, heading north and south at the moment as well. And we've just been speaking to police here who tell us that's likely to remain the case until well into tomorrow as well.
Tom, thank you.